Myth versus reality. These two concepts often clash when people discuss sensitive topics like national defense and arms manufacturing. Many imagine ammunition factories as shadowy, secretive, shrouded in mystery, operating completely outside public view. Others might picture them as just another industrial complex, with workers clocking in and out like any other factory. The truth, as is often the case, lies somewhere in the nuanced space between these extremes. This essay aims to peel back layers of misconception and provide a clear, factual look into ammunition production in Pakistan. It will do so using plain language, avoiding technical jargon that could compromise security, while still offering a comprehensive overview. The goal is not to sensationalize, but to inform. This topic holds significant importance. Ammunition is a fundamental component of a nation's defense capability, but its production has a ripple effect beyond military barracks. The story of Pakistan's ammunition industry is deeply intertwined with the nation's own history of survival and its quest for strategic autonomy. In the immediate aftermath of partition, the newly formed country inherited very little industrial infrastructure. Its military was almost entirely reliant on external sources for equipment and munitions. The First Indo-Pakistani War in 1947-48 laid bare this vulnerability. That created urgency within the leadership to establish self-sufficient defense production. This wasn't merely national pride. It was a strategic imperative for a young nation in a geopolitically turbulent neighborhood. The initial steps were modest: basic repair and maintenance facilities. The turning point came with the establishment of the Pakistan Ordnance Factories at War Cantonment. The project, started in the early 1950s with assistance from British Royal Ordnance Factories, was a monumental industrial undertaking. It was conceived as a comprehensive complex to produce a wide range of arms: small caliber bullets, artillery shells. The development of POF signaled Pakistan's intent to reduce foreign dependency. Over the subsequent decades, through successive conflicts and shifting alliances, an ammunition factory is far from a single monolithic building. It is more accurately described as a sprawling, meticulously planned industrial campus. The layout is dictated by safety and process flow. Different stages of production, especially those involving hazardous materials, are physically separated into dedicated buildings or zones. Large warehouses for the secure storage of raw materials, separate workshops for metal forming and machining, specialized facilities for handling explosives and propellants, administrative offices, research and development labs, extensive testing ranges located at a safe distance. The journey from raw material to finished product involves a sequence of broad, distinct stages: raw materials, machining, assembly, and final inspection. It begins with the procurement and inspection of basic inputs, metals such as brass, steel, and aluminum. These arrive in forms like large coils, sheets, or bars. Chemical compounds for primers and propellants are delivered under strict transport protocols and stored in climate-controlled bunkers. The first major production step is mechanical. Metals are cut, pressed, stamped, and machined into the required shapes. The heart of any factory, no matter how automated, is its people. The workforce is a diverse mix of individuals with a wide range of skills and responsibilities. At the core are the skilled machinists. Tool and die makers operate heavy presses and lathes, shaping metal with incredible precision. Experienced artisans who have honed their craft over many years. Chemical engineers work in controlled labs. Technicians handle and test propellants and explosive compounds. Their work demands immense concentration and strict safety protocols. Engineers in R&D design and improve products and processes. Scientists test new materials and refine ballistic performance. They devise more efficient manufacturing techniques to keep the industry competitive. Quality control inspectors are the gatekeepers of standards. Support staff form the backbone of the operation. Maintenance crews keep complex machinery running. Administrative staff handle payroll, procurement, and compliance. Training and professional development are continuous processes. In the high-stakes environment of ammunition manufacturing, safety is not merely a guideline. It is the absolute, non-negotiable foundation upon which the entire operation is built. The potential for catastrophic accidents means that every process, every piece of equipment, every action is governed by a strict set of safety rules. Workers are required to wear appropriate personal protective equipment at all times, which may include safety glasses, fire-retardant clothing, steel-toed boots, specialized gloves. The principle of quantity distance is strictly enforced. Hazardous operations are separated, and explosive quantities kept to an absolute minimum. Buildings are constructed with blast-resistant walls and lightweight roofs to vent force upward. State-of-the-art suppression, sprinklers and chemical foam, plus regular emergency drills prepare workers for fire, chemical spill, or other incidents. A common myth surrounding ammunition factories is that they are completely opaque, operating as black boxes with no external oversight or information available to the public. The reality is more complex. While specific technical data, production figures, client details are classified for national security reasons, these facilities are not entirely devoid of transparency. They are state-owned or regulated enterprises, subject to government audits and parliamentary oversight. They must comply with national labor laws and environmental regulations. Worker welfare programs, major infrastructure projects, and general safety records are often disclosed in official reports or press releases, providing accountability. Another pervasive myth concerns worker conditions, imagined as harsh, unregulated labor. The work is demanding and risky, but major state-run facilities often differ from that bleak picture. As large government employers, these factories typically provide stable jobs, structured pay scales, pensions, and healthcare benefits. Many are in purpose-built townships with subsidized housing, schools for employees' children, and community facilities. Conditions aren't perfect. Unions and worker associations advocate for better pay and safety. Yet the image of a completely unprotected workforce is inaccurate for the formal sector. Exports are another area of speculation. Myths say ammunition is sold indiscriminately on the open market. In reality, arms exports are highly regulated government policy. Sales are state-to-state transactions requiring approval at the highest levels, including clearance from the Foreign Ministry. Decisions are guided by foreign policy, relationships with allied nations, and obligations under international law. Pakistan does export to friendly countries, but it's a controlled, deliberate process, not a free-for-all. In conclusion, the theme of myth versus reality provides a useful lens to view Pakistan's ammunition production industry. The popular imagination conjures images of secrecy and danger that don't align with the facts. The reality, a complex, highly regulated industrial sector, safety, precision, quality control. Born from strategic necessity, evolved into a component of the national economy and a pillar of defense infrastructure. Not a mysterious black box, not an ordinary factory, but a specialized domain with unique rules and culture. Behind the walls, meticulous processes, and a diverse, skilled workforce. Careful handling of inputs and exhaustive testing of outputs, governed by protocols to ensure reliability and protect life. Operational details remain confidential, yet institutions are subject to national laws and oversight. The industry modernizes to keep pace with technology while balancing legacy practices. A calm, fact-based approach is the most constructive way to understand this sensitive part of national life. Well, that's the essential takeaway. Today, the landscape is a complex tapestry of state-owned entities and a growing number of private sector players. POF remains the largest producer, while policies have opened the door for private companies, especially in specialized areas. Diversification aims to foster competition, drive innovation, and enhance production capacity. These factories are hubs of engineering, metallurgy, and chemical processing. They represent national investment in infrastructure and human capital, bolstering national security and contributing to the economy through employment and exports. The entire layout and workflow are designed as a one-way street, ensuring raw materials and finished goods do not cross paths. Parallel to safety, the pillar of quality assurance stands just as tall. The reliability of ammunition is a matter of life and death. Quality control is not a single step, but a continuous process integrated into every stage. It begins with rigorous inspection of all incoming raw materials to ensure precise chemical and physical specifications. Throughout production, components are randomly sampled and tested. Dimensions are checked with calipers and laser scanners. Metal hardness is tested. Casings are inspected for microscopic flaws. The culmination of QC is lot testing. From every completed batch, a statistically significant sample is taken to a secure testing range. Rounds are fired from standard-issue weapons to measure velocity, pressure, and accuracy. Some rounds face high heat, freezing cold, and humidity to prove global reliability. Only after passing this exhaustive series of tests is a lot certified and cleared for shipment. Any batch that fails is rejected and safely destroyed. Well, that oversight is absolutely critical. Once the metallic components are formed, they move on to treatment and assembly phases. Heat treatment to strengthen the metal, washing to remove impurities, and surface coating to prevent corrosion. The most sensitive part is the assembly stage, where components are brought together. Primers are inserted into casings. Casings are filled with a precise measure of propellant. Finally, the projectile is seated and crimped into place. These steps are often automated to minimize direct human contact with explosive materials. The final stages are dedicated to inspection, packing, and storage. Before any ammunition is cleared, it undergoes rigorous testing. After passing inspection, the finished rounds are packed and labeled with batch numbers and production dates for traceability. These containers are moved to secure, fortified magazines for storage. The workflow is a one-way street. Raw inputs never cross paths with finished goods.